Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're here from Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 14. So, last episode, we got brought back into the life of Rudy as him and Sylphie got themselves a very nice new house. It was a fixer-upper at first, though, as Zenoba, Cliff, and Rudy explored the house to make sure that it was fit to live in, because there was some rumors that people who bought the house would die pretty quickly. We eventually found out that's because there's a doll that senses them as intruders, and so it tries to protect the house by killing them. So we've now given that doll to Zenoba to go and analyze and research, so that is his job for the time being. And now Rudy and Sylphie have their brand new house that they're going to be living in after Rudy kind of fixed it up a little bit for a while. But yeah, this is a great introduction to the series. I do know there was a whole thing with Crunchyroll where they accidentally dropped Mushoku Tensei's opening and ending, so I didn't watch the ending. I skimmed through the opening mostly because I wanted to see if there were spoilers, and I won't talk about it in this video. It's up to you whether you want to watch the opening or not. I would personally advise against it because, as I've stated in every episode of this series, I am a light novel reader. I have read the light novels up until about volume 18, which right now in the show we're maybe on volume like 10. So I will say with that, this is not going to be a spoiler reaction. I say this in every episode, but I'm going to do it again. I do not want to have a spoiler reaction. So and it's been like well over a year. It's almost been 2 years at this point since I last picked up a Mushoku Tensei light novel and read it. So a lot of the details have escaped me, and so I don't there's still bits and pieces that I don't remember, even if I remember the full kind of thing. But yeah, I understand that's going to push a lot of people away from these reactions, and that's totally fine at the end of the day. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't want this to be a spoiler reaction, so I will not talk about any light novel conversation whatsoever until the end of the video. I will have a specific segmented section at the end of this video. You'll see it with the YouTube chapters where I will talk spoilers and my thoughts on the light novel and how they're adapting it and things like that. But everything leading up to that is going to be non-spoiler, so I hope you guys can still enjoy. But yeah, like I said, I skimmed through the OP, so I haven't watched the full OP. I just kind of skimmed through it. I made sure not to go too in detail and watch everything, but I did skim through it, so just putting that out there now. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to get back into this as we continue Rudy and Sylphie living in their new home. Per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description for both of those. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, and past manga. We have non-anime conversations as well. As far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions, so feel free to check out either of those of your own will. But yeah, now without further ado, let's hop straight into Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 14. Oh, it's totally done now. Yeah, that's the wedding reception. Yep, that's the title of the episode. They're so motivated. Oh my god. Oh, he's inviting Soldad too. Yeah, that could take forever. Yeah. Sylphie, yeah, she's right. Zenoba and Ariel will 1000% show up, as they are respectively Rudy and Sylphie's best friends. I mean, they are both elves. And here's that OP. Yeah, you gotta get the house prepped. Yeah, that robe is seen better days, to say the least. He's been wearing that for years. Yeah, he's kind of strong in all areas. What is up with these robes? Neither. So he's just getting an upgraded version of his current one. Poison and acid. That looks really cool. That outfit is really clean. Cousin Luke. My god. Rudy. Jesus, they went on quite the shopping trip. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna have a house party, you need a good bunch of supplies.
買ったけど用意するものが多いよな。冒険者に戻って稼ぐか。それで死んだらどうする？僕もアリエル様からいただいたお給料はちゃんと取って。
Oh, is she getting paid?
養父がいなくて。料理は任せてね。バッチリだよ。ルディの口に合うかな。
My god, look at Rudy's hair. Holy shit, his hair is so long. I see why he puts it in a ponytail now, because oh my god, he has the longest hair. For you, I'd call charcoal. I didn't read that at first.
誰のために頑張って覚えたと思ってるのさ。理想の嫁すぎて。ルディはその理想の旦那様だよ。ルディ大好きだよ。
Damn. Oh man said it's time to go. Holy shit. He gotta look at his face. Look at it. Look at his face. That's so good. My man was ready to go in an instant. He got it in there as quickly as possible. It's so good. My god. Well, those two just had some fun together. Does it turn into spring? Aw, damn. Soldat couldn't make it. Wow, the fact that Nanahoshi showed up. Wow, we got potato chips ready for her. Something to remind her of her homeland. He'll arrive a month or so late. Damn, got a whole crowd here. Rudy's so nervous. Oh my god. Hello, bodyguardy. Okay, okay. He had to make his grand entrance. Yeah, that was quite the introduction. You interrupted my speech.
私ルーデウスとまだ若輩ゆえ至らない点もあるかと思いますが、そこは助け合って。
Rudy has no idea what he's saying.
堅苦しかっただろうか。微妙な顔をしている。それをここにいる全員に認めてもらいたいのであろう。
Well, thank you, bodyguardy.
俺はシルフィーとやっていく。何かあったら力になってくれ。よろしく。
There you go. Much more simple and sweet. Of course, Prasenna is just chowing down. Oh, they brought him all a bunch of food too. Oh my god, she is downing those potato chips. Holy shit. She was going ham on those. A year off, huh? I'll save that for when I have kids. Oh dear god. She's already looking that forward. I know I don't have any hang-ups. Aww, Julie and Zenova heading out. To be fair, Zenova, that was literally the point. that was the point of her disguise. That's kind of the point of her disguise, was to be perceived as a man. It's not like you need to apologize for it. That she was actively trying to make people perceive her that way. They're still eating. They're still eating. Boss and Fitz would tie the knot. Having strong kids keeps the tribe safe. Yeah, I wish you wouldn't put it in beast people's terms. I mean, they're not wrong, but the way they say it definitely is very beast people-like. Oh, hello, Nanahoshi. Very simple congratulations. Nice save. It was a very clean save from Nanahoshi there. A very clean save.
君たちの結婚を祝福しよう。ありがとうございます。
よかったですわね。早く報告してくれてもよろしかったです。
本当かどうか確かめて差し上げます。
前にも言ったでしょ。
Yeah, she would literally never sleep with Rudy. She basically confirmed that at the beginning of last season when we met her, when Rudy met her for the first time. She confirmed she would never do that.
シルフィエットさん、おめでとうございます。あなたの幸福を心よりお祝い。
My God, she just broke down into tears.
私としたことが。もしかしてエリナリーゼさんって僕のおばあちゃんですか？お父さんが言ってました。
My grandma went adventuring with Paul.
あなたのおばあ様がこんな陰昧なはず。
Oh, Jesus Christ.
結婚にも反対されたと聞きました。たまに話してくれた内容が。
So that's what Sylvie wanted to discuss with her. So essentially, Elena Lee's, because of her curse, obviously, is forced to sleep with people to literally survive, and that's obviously what Cliff has been working towards, fixing that ailment for the, like, literally since they started being a couple, he's been working to fix that. Essentially, she slept with someone, had a kid, that kid turned out to be Sylvie's dad. That's very depressing. And that statement she said earlier was, oh, that's actually heartbreaking. Because it's not like, realistically, while she might enjoy the sex, at the same time, she doesn't have a choice. So whether she wanted to or not, she literally cannot say no. She can't, because she will die if she doesn't. Yeah.
リナリーゼさんを。わかった。その話は後で落ち着いてからでいいか。こんなですけど。
But Laws, is Laws her father? He wants to, she's trying to assure Rudy that Sylvie does not risk or fall under the same ailment or anything that she has.
心配しないでください。エリナリーゼさんが原因でシルフィーと別れたりはしませんから。大嫌いなパウル。
Oh, Jesus Christ, that you'll be related to Paul now? Yeah, technically, what kind of string of relation would that be? Because if Rudy and Sylvie marry, Paul is Rudy's dad, but Elena Lees is Sylvie's grandma. So what in-law does that make her? what kind of, does it make her just grandma-in-law? I don't know what in-law that would make Elena Lees to Paul. My God, I can't even imagine how much food they ate. They probably ate more food than everybody in there combined. Can I come use the bath here sometimes? Oh no, Zenoba drank too much. The noises he was making.
クリフさん、エリナリーゼさんと話したいんだけど大丈夫ですわ。ありがとう、ルディ、クリフさん。
あの二人大丈夫なのか。我々が後でフォローすればいいんですよ。
Looks like Ariel's heading out.
ありがとうございました。
シルフィーはいかがなさいましたか？
エリナリーゼさんと話しております。
ならちょうどいい。少々お時間をいただけますか？
Why'd she say that so ominously? I mean, yeah?
失礼を承知で言いますが、ルクと決闘していただけませんか？剣と剣での勝負を。
Well, we know swords are not exactly Rudy's specialty.
戯れですか。真剣は使いたくないですね。
構いません。
僕がルークに
Luke could still slice me clean in two.
こんな試合が何になるというのだろうか。
気に障ることをしましたか。
もちろん断ってもらっても結構です。できればお願いいたします。
ルーデウス、頼む。
All right, okay, guys. Yeah, sure.
始め。
Whoa! Oh my God! Holy shit, the animation!
終わりです。
Oh my God, that was insane! Whoa! Ow! Oh, dude, Rudy destroyed his hand.
シルフィーのことをよろしく頼む。
それはもちろん、もう少し説明していただけると助かります。
That was crazy. The animation was popping off there. Oh my God. Also, I could take a gander that they wanted to see if Rudy was strong enough to protect Sylphie. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the yeah. Exactly.
思うところがあります。私たちの意地だと思ってください。
試しをされた。
いずれ私はアスラ王国に戻ります。二つに一つ。それが私の義務です。しかしシルフィーには彼女は王族でも貴族でもなく、縁をきっかけに護衛についてくれただけ。私は彼女に甘えるのをやめ。
Yeah, but we know Sylphie would never leave her. Knowing Sylphie, I highly doubt that statement's gonna be true.
どうだろうか。王女には義理もある。手伝おうとする気がするが。
もしあなたがシルフィーを大切にしていなければ、私たちは彼女を取り返します。
肝に銘じておきます。
Off she goes. That fight was crazy. The animation there when that was actually so good.
アリエル様は？
お帰りになったよ。
決闘申し込んだんだ。でもさすがルーデウスだな。
I love how I actually love that so much. I love how Cliff has become like the biggest fan of Rudy. I love that so goddamn much. He hated him so much in the beginning, but ever since Alina Lise came along, him and Rudy have literally been best buds.
こっちはそんな感じとして。
No, look at these two getting along now.
エリナ・リーゼはシルフィーの祖母だったらしい。呪いと本来の性格でもって
Makes sense.
一人前に成長するまで自分の孫かひ孫だと分
At
かったらしい。
first sight.
娘
Wow.
と考えていたそうだ。幸せそうなシルフィーを見て感極まってしまったようだ。
ルーデウス、彼女は僕が思っていた人とは違った。
さすがに幻滅したかいたんだからな。
リーゼは想像以上に思慮深く。
Never mind. You're wrong, Rudy. Cliff fell further in love with her.
確実性を上げるためにも。
あんな話を聞いて幻滅したりとかはしないんですね。
するわけないだろう。何言ってるんだ。相手の事情がどうであろうと、僕には僕を愛してくれる一人の女性を幸せにする義務がある。
Aww.
僕は彼女を愛して
Especially
いるから。
because I love her back.
わかりました。僕にできることでしたら。
っていうか、僕とお前は友達だろ。敬語はやめろ。
Yeah, that was pretty formal. I think not. Damn, that was good.
ルディ、髪を伸ばそうと思うんだ。
よろしいのでしょうか。
なんで敬語になるの？もう髪の色も緑じゃないし、ルディにずっと好きでいてもらえるように頑張らないとね。
なんだそのセリフ。
What a line!
シルフィー、今日はお疲れ様。
ルディもお疲れ様。
The wedding reception went well. Damn. Is it ED time? It is in fact ED time. This is a great episode. I think they did a great job here. Honestly, overall as a whole, this was great. That fight with Luke was weirdly so cool. I don't really know how to describe it, but that was like super well animated and whatnot. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei always goes stupidly hard for fight scenes like that. But yeah, that looks gorgeous. I think it's the first fight scene we've gotten really in a while, because I don't consider the Bodyguardi fight from season 2 part 1. I don't consider that a fight at all. But yeah, this was good. I'm excited to see where the rest of the season carries us. But as far as non-spoiler talk, I don't think I have too much else to say. This was a very, very, very good episode as a whole. But yeah, now I'm gonna get into spoiler talk. So if you are not a light novel reader, this is where the video is gonna wrap up for you. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day. But now we will get right into spoiler talk. The reason I say spoiler talk with such an upset voice is because this opening, man, I mean, it literally spoils everything for the rest of the season. I think the song is so good. The song is so good, and like the visuals of Aisha and Norn and whatnot, it's so spoilery. It is such a spoilery OP. However, just seeing some of this stuff get animated is so good, and the visuals for the opening too, the visuals are so pretty. Like, it is so good. Yeah, I'm genuinely super excited to see all of this actually animated. Like, I'm super excited to see it all animated in full. Yeah, it's one of those things where, to me, it is a blatant spoiler because I've read the light novels for this segment of the series, so I know what all of these visuals are meaning, what they imply. Like, it blatantly shows Zenith being trapped in the dungeon here. It blatantly shows it, and it spoils the entire Hydra fight. Like, of course, to someone who hasn't read the light novels, they have no context, they don't know what this means, but it spoils the entire thing. Like, it spoils the entire thing. I don't know. That's why I got so antsy about talking about it in the actual, like, non-spoiler segment because bringing attention to the fact that it's spoilery will make people like look into it a ton and like see all the spoilers and whatnot, but not bringing attention to it is going to have people watch the OP and then be super spoiled and be upset about it. So I don't know. This reminds me a lot of Undead Unluck OP2 in the way that you don't have context for anything that's going on, but if you really just look at it a little bit, you can piece stuff together. So I don't know. At the end of the day, it is what it is for the OP. I'm done talking about it. It is probably going to win my OP of the season. I think this is one of the most beautiful OPs I've probably ever seen, but yeah, it's just, we'll see. We'll see how my thoughts are. The ending was good too, because like, to me, a spoiler involves showcasing characters that we have already seen that we didn't know were going to come back. Like, showcasing Norn and Aisha living with Rudy is totally a spoiler in my book. Like, showing them coming back and being there with Rudy, especially in the ending, is a huge spoiler if you ask me. But to be fair, I don't usually get upset with spoilers. It's not something I ever really get super mad at. But this is legitimately my favorite series of all time, so seeing it being spoiled like this gets to me a little bit more than it ever would with any other series. Like I said, spoilers don't bother me for anything. This is the first series where I watched that opening and I was immediately like, oh my god, there's so many spoilers here. Either way, at the end of the day, it is a beautiful opening and a beautiful ending. And as far as the actual episode goes, the fight against Luke was really, really good. I wasn't expecting them to go that hard on the animation for that fight against Luke. And then the way Elena Lee's broke down here, and then the whole reveal about her was done really well. I think as a whole, this episode was pretty well adapted. I feel like there's still bits and pieces of animation that are a little lackluster in comparison to season 1. Season 1, every second of season 1 was beautifully animated, every second. And this season 2 part 1 and season 2 part 2 have had some downtimes when it comes to animation. Like, the fight against Luke was gorgeous, but there's other parts of this episode that didn't look up to standard for what I've come to expect from this series. But at the end of the day, I won't complain too much. I think they did great with Rudy's speech, Body Gotti showing up. I will say, I feel like the interactions with his friends, I complained about this a lot last season too. They basically cut all of the screen time for Rudy's friend group. You saw maybe a few minutes of them in its entirety last season, when there was like full chapters dedicated to Rudy hanging out with his friends in the light novels. You saw none of that development in the actual show. So I think that is the biggest fumble from Studio Bind when adapting this in season 2 part 1, is the fact that Rudy's friend group gets barely any screen time. Like, and I'm not talking about like individual, like Rudy spent time with Lenny and Percenta, then he would spend time with Cliff and whatever, but the friend group as a whole being together and bonding was like borderline never shown in the anime. So as a whole, I still love Mushoku Tensei, and I think it's got one of the greatest light novel adaptations of all time. That's just a nitpick, but what I said that whole thing to say that this part here, when all the friends are here and congratulating them and whatnot, I feel like it doesn't hit as hard because you haven't spent like any time with the friends. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being nitpicky about it because I have such high expectations when it comes to the series. It's entirely possible that I'm being super nitpicky because of my expectations I've laid upon this series. But yeah, I don't think I have much more to talk about spoiler-wise, so I think that is going to wrap up this reaction for the spoiler section as well. As we get further in the series, I'll have much more to talk about when it comes to spoilers, because I remember the end of season stuff way clearer than I remember any of this stuff at the beginning of the season. Like, once we hit volume 11 and Norn and Aisha come back and we go onwards, like, I remember all of that very vividly. Like, very vividly I remember all of that, because it's, in my opinion, the streak from volume 11 volume 11 all the way to 12, 13, 14, from 11 to 15. I don't know why I'm doing this weird visualization, shut up. Anyway, for going from 11 to 15 is one of the best streaks of like light novels I've ever read. Each individual book had me so hooked, and I'm so excited to see all that content adapted, as we've now kind of got over the hump, which I realistically, when reading the light novels, don't think that the school arc was boring in any way, but it wasn't very good in the show. So we're over that hump as far as the show adaptation goes, and now we're going to get to some of the best stuff in the series as we continue on through the rest of this season and then into the beginning of season 3. But as a whole, though, I don't think I have too much else to talk about spoiler-wise, so I think that is going to wrap it up for my reaction to Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 14. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.